Real Dence Nay.
Hello my real ones, this is Real Dence Nay here back with another Real Ones video. I'm pretty sure you may have heard about the Nicki Minaj comments that caused controversy in regards to the pandemic vaccinations. Well, hopefully this video loaded with facts and nothing but facts to help provide accurate information. I have to offer this disclaimer also. I am not a scientist nor am I sponsored by Pfizer or Moderna. Please like this video, view entire video to gain the full experience, comment and select all on the notification bell so that you won't miss any videos from Real Dence Nay. Looks like Nicki Minaj is being made an example of when it comes to the information that's being passed out about vaccinations. I actually understood what she was trying to convey, so here we are with this video just for a little clarity on two vaccines. When it comes to Moderna versus Pfizer, one seems to have the edge. It was found in many reports that these shots are all equally effective. In a Yahoo News report, that has turned out not to be true. Roughly 221 million doses of the Pfizer biotech vaccine has been dispensed thus far in the United States compared with about 150 million doses of Moderna vaccine. In a half-dozen studies published over the past few weeks, Moderna vaccine appear to be more protective than the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine in the months after immunization. Research published on September 17, 2021 by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that the efficacy of the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine against hospitalization fell from 91% to 77% after a 4-month period following the second shot. The Moderna vaccine showed no decline over the same period. If the efficacy gap continues to widen, it may have implications for the debate on booster shots. Federal agencies this week are evaluating the need for a third shot of the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine for some high-risk groups, including older adults. Scientists who were initially skeptical of the reported differences between the Moderna and Pfizer biotech vaccines have slowly become convinced that the disparity is small but real. The consistent difference is that the mRNA vaccines are functioning similarly, but then you start to see the separation, said a biostatistician at Emory University in Atlanta. Discrepancy is small and the real-world consequences uncertain. In the initial clinical trials, Pfizer biotech and Moderna vaccine had remarkably similar efficacy against symptomatic infection. 95% for Pfizer and 94% for Moderna's. This was in part why they were described as more or less equivalent. Over time, the subtleties emerged. The vaccines have never been directly compared in a carefully designed study, so the data indicating that effects vary are based mostly on observations. Results from those studies can be skewed by any number of factors, including the location, the age of the population vaccinated, when they were immunized and the time in between the doses. For example, the Pfizer vaccine was rolled out weeks before Moderna to priority groups older adults and healthcare workers. Immunity wanes more quickly in older adults, so a decline observed in a group consisting mostly of older adults may give the false impression that the protection from the Pfizer vaccine falls off quickly. The observational studies have delivered results from a number of locations: Qatar, the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, several other states in the USA, and in healthcare workers, hospitalized veterans or general population. Moderna's efficacy against severe illness in those studies ranged from 92% to 100%. Pfizer numbers trailed by 10 to 15 percentage points. The two vaccines have diverged more sharply in their efficacy against infection. Moderna vaccine performed better at preventing illnesses by more than 30% points. If your study found that the levels of antibodies produced by the Pfizer vaccine were 1/3 to 1/2 those produced by the Moderna vaccine, yet that decrease is trivial, Moore said. For comparison, there is more than 100-fold difference in the antibody levels among healthy individuals. Still, the experts said that the corpus of evidence pointed to a disparity that would be worth exploring, at least in people who respond weakly to vaccines, including older adults and immunocompromised people. Dr. Jeffrey Wilson, an immunologist and physician at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, said Pfizer is a big hammer but Moderna is a sledgehammer. The vaccine differ in their dosing and in the time between the first and second doses. Vaccine manufacturers would typically give enough time to test a range of doses before choosing one, and they have done such testing for their trials of these vaccines in children. In the midst of the pandemic last year, the company had to guess at the optimal dose. Pfizer went with 30 micrograms, Moderna with 100. Moderna's vaccine relies on a lipid nanoparticle, which can deliver the larger dose, and the first and second shot of that vaccine are staggered by 4 weeks, compared with 3 for the Pfizer vaccine. The extra week may give immune cells more time to proliferate before the second dose, said Dr. Paul Burton, Moderna's chief medical officer. Moderna's team recently showed that a half dose of the vaccine still sent antibody levels soaring. Based on the data, the company asked the FDA this month to authorize 50 micrograms, the half dose as a booster shot. There is limited evidence showing the effect of that dose, and none on how long the higher antibody levels might last. Federal regulators are reviewing Moderna's data to determine whether the available data on it's sufficient to authorize a booster shot of the half do. Ultimately, both vaccines are still holding steady against severe illness and hospitalization, especially in people younger than 65. Scientists are debating whether 96.3% vaccine efficacy for Moderna versus 88.8% for Pfizer is a big deal. Real Dence Nay opinion is that I will take 96.3%, 88.8% any day, and it looks like that day may come soon. Will all of my Real Ones please check out the Real Ones trademark merchandise on www.realdencenay.online for variety of merchandise from apparel to accessories. Until next time, my Real Ones, stay safe.